The South China Sea, a seemingly peaceful expanse of ocean, holds secrets far deeper than its waters. Behind the shimmering waves lies a geopolitical powder keg that could, if ignited, plunge the world into the next global war. Why is this region so dangerous? And what makes world powers like China and the United States risk everything over it? Let's dive into one of the most complex and tense regions on Earth, and uncover why many experts believe this could be the flashpoint for World War III. First, understand this. The South China Sea isn't just any sea. It's one of the most strategically important waterways on the planet. Over $5 trillion worth of trade passes through these waters every single year, including crucial oil and gas shipments to countries like Japan, South Korea, and China itself. Whoever controls this sea essentially controls the arteries of the global economy. But it's not just about trade. Beneath the sea lie vast reserves of natural gas, oil, and rich fishing grounds, resources that every nation in the region wants a share of. Control of the South China Sea also means control of critical military choke points and freedom of naval movement in Asia, a major strategic advantage. So, who owns the South China Sea? That's the question that could spark a global conflict. Several countries lay overlapping claims to parts of the sea, including China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. But it's China's claim that's the most aggressive and controversial. China insists on owning nearly 90% of the entire sea, marked by what's known as the Nine-Dash Line, a vague and historically disputed boundary that stretches deep into waters claimed by other nations. To assert its dominance, China has taken drastic steps. It has built artificial islands, complete with airstrips, radar systems, and military bases, in areas that international courts have ruled do not belong to China. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled that China's territorial claims had no legal basis. China responded by simply ignoring the ruling, a move that sent shockwaves through the international community. Now here's where things get dangerous. The United States, though not a claimant in the region, considers the South China Sea a critical zone for freedom of navigation, a principle that allows ships to move freely through international waters. In response to China's island building and militarization, the US regularly conducts freedom of navigation operations, sailing warships dangerously close to Chinese claimed waters. China sees this as a provocation. US commanders see it as necessary. One wrong move, one miscalculation, one collision at sea could lead to an uncontrollable spiral of retaliation. And it's not just the US and China involved anymore. Countries like Japan, Australia, India, and members of ASEAN are watching closely, and many have pledged to stand against China's aggression. In 2021 and 2022, the region saw a record number of military exercises, airspace confrontations, and standoffs between rival navies. This isn't just a dispute, it's a militarized standoff with global consequences. So how could this lead to a world war? Imagine this. A US destroyer and a Chinese warship collide in disputed waters. Both sides blame each other. Tensions escalate. A US aircraft is shot down. China retaliates. US allies, like Japan and the Philippines, are pulled in. Treaties like the US-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty would compel American involvement if the Philippines were attacked. NATO allies could be drawn in due to existing pacts and the desire to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. China could then seek support from Russia or Iran, turning a regional conflict into a global confrontation. All it takes is one spark, one flashpoint in the South China Sea, to unleash a war that could involve the world's largest militaries and nuclear-armed nations. Despite the risks, most world leaders understand the stakes. There are ongoing diplomatic efforts, military hotlines, and peace talks to prevent escalation. ASEAN continues to push for a code of conduct in the South China Sea. The US and China have resumed high-level military dialogues to reduce the chance of accidental conflict. But the truth is, tensions remain dangerously high. China sees dominance in the South China Sea as part of its national destiny. The US sees defending it as part of its global leadership. It's a game of power, pride, and politics, and the world watches with bated breath. The South China Sea might look calm from above, but beneath the surface, the waters are boiling. It's a region where history, ambition, and military might collide, and where a single mistake could rewrite the course of human history. Could the South China Sea really trigger World War III? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear: it is the most dangerous geopolitical chessboard in the world today. Stay alert, stay informed, because this story is far from over.